are really good friends of UC Santa Barbara. Do I need the microphone? Can you hear me?
That's fine.
Okay. So, what? No, I haven't. Corning is a 160-year-old company. Never been to California, actually. So 2 years ago, I decided to make the first move in my career. I worked for David Packard as an adjutant for 30 years, from 77 to 2007, and then I decided to move to Corning and start a research center here in Northern California in Palo Alto, focusing on new ideas for touch screens and high-speed optical interconnects. For those of you who are reading the news, 2 days ago, Microsoft announced Windows 7, which is written for touch screens. So there are more than 50 products that were introduced yesterday, and Thursday and Friday, that are using touch. So it's spreading like fire, and that's where we are doing our research. I will talk a little bit about examples of collaboration with universities and what worked and what didn't work, with some suggestions for those who are on the line trying to decide to work with universities. The overall underlying thing is that it can be very crucial to research in industry, as it has been in our case. And that will be very clear in the examples I will quote. I like this graph because it shows all the technology cycles that we went through from 1940 when Hewlett Packard started, actually 1939, with test and measurements, and then we went into the computer era with the PC and the invention of the transistor, and then the internet and communication era, and we keep moving from one technology cycle to the other. And I think we are living in the entertainment and biotechnology era now. I think communication is taken for granted and has advanced tremendously, still moving up and improving. But as Leslie mentioned, the whole thing of healthcare and life science is taking a new shape. It's moving slower than people expected, but it will always be with us. It touches each one of us. And nanotechnology will always be up there. I'll throw it up there until someone really defines what nanotechnology is. It was very obvious in Larry's presentation, but here are some of the lessons learned working for 32 years in industrial research labs. They did not change. They didn't go to manufacturing or marketing, which was one mistake I regret in my career. But also there are pluses of always being in research. The lesson I learned big time is to solve problems that matter, not being technology driven. We spent 15, 20 years just trying to invent technologies and finding applications for it. It didn't work very well until we changed our thinking, and as I will show you, just finding a problem that needs solution, what are the products needed to solve it, what are the technologies needed for this product, and then develop that technology. And to do that, we need to set really genuine research laboratory. And I was very lucky to work for companies that were committed to research and development. There are companies that claim they have research and development, but they don't have the environment for it. And this is an important point that touched on university. Using synergies and don't do everything yourself. Do what you can do well and outsource everything else. And depend on universities. And the message is that be very selective working with universities. But once you select, be very intimate and have joint projects. Don't just have a contract and after 1 year ask the professor what happened, ask the students what's going on. It just doesn't work. Those are the failure examples. But the ones where we were very close to the university team, those are the ones that work very well. Okay, so the mega trend. That was an exercise that we went through and we keep doing all the time. What do people want from life? I guess you all have to agree that we need good health. Good health is very important to all of us. Prolonged life, and as you can see in this picture, people are crazy about fitness. So there is no question that that's why there's so much money going to NIH and healthcare and life sciences, is that everybody wants a good health. We also want good communication. Everybody wants to have communication everywhere, anywhere, at the lowest possible cost. And the third thing is good entertainment. Because we also we spend 1/3 of our income on entertainment, believe it or not. Just audio, visual, and look at the kind of TVs that are available now, kind of iPods and stereo system. Just it's amazing. So for good health, if you go to the doctor, this is what you get actually. Those are the instruments that they are using. This is an area, application area that hasn't seen much progress as communication or entertainment did. So I was very intrigued by this picture, and I looked at, this is around 2007, and I looked back in the Roman time. It's the same, it's very simple. And I actually went back to my ancestors, and it's about the same. Except for this saw and the big hammer which is used for but other than that, it really haven't moved, so there is a lot of opportunity here in the healthcare. In case of communications, it really advanced a lot. I advise you to go to this website, nokia.com/morph, and just look at what Nokia is planning for you by 2020. Nokia is a very conservative company, but for them to say that here is your phone, and when you stretch it, it becomes your computer, when you bend it, it becomes your bracelet, and when you fold it, it becomes your earpiece, the same phone. So what kind of material they are going to use, what kind of smart systems, I don't know. It's very ambitious. It's a very ambitious goal, but if they achieve 50% of it, we might have one thing to carry in our pocket. We found that we carry 3 things in our pockets: cell phones, keys, and money. Very few are carrying laptops. I think I'm the only one. Here's another one. But if you ask the group here, have cell phones, keys, and money, and they are trying to merge all of that in just one whole electronic wallet. So after you find a mega trend, transfer that to problems that matter: good high school communication, good entertainment. Keep going down the level. What are the products that are needed for good health? I want to go to the doctor. He will do my DNA synthesis in 5 minutes, diagnose my disease, and prescribe my medicine, personalized medicine that will not give me any side effects. We cannot do that now. It takes about 6 weeks and at least $1,000 to analyze part of the DNA. So we are further away from achieving that goal. And then once you identify the technologies needed for those products, find the gaps in your portfolio. And that's what we actually did. That's where the universities came in. We had lots of technology gaps, and universities can fill those gaps very, very nicely, as I will show you. And then you motivate a good team, hire them from good universities. In fact, the best thing I could say about interaction with universities is that we end up hiring some of the best people. I measured my success. I was once asked, how do you measure success of a university interaction? I really measured it when Larry called me and said, here is my best student graduating. And you have the first chocolate. I don't know if he tells that to everybody, but I proved that he really gave us some very good people. And those people change the environment. We have people with 25 years of experience. And this guy, Scott Brazin, coming out of school, he just changed. He works for 18-hour days. He took classes that we never took. It changed things around. Get people envious and working harder. So universities are really key. Lots of reasons why we should work with universities. Just the network that we have. And it's not really cheap labor. It's very expensive. As I will show you, it really costs a lot of money to interact with universities, but the return on investment when you are selective and intent is very good. There are some issues working with universities you have to adjust to. You have to be careful about the publication policies and IP, and we give up on IP with the University of California. So what we do is we give it as a grant and just take the risk, and it always worked for the best, but just the IP issues was wasting a lot of time with the lawyers. As I said, selective but intimate. So here's a success story that I always brag about, even though it was a few years back. We at Hewlett-Packard